Arabella was a young nurse. She lived in London City. She was 26 years old. She had long brown hair. Her eyes were warm brown. She woke up every morning. She wore her white uniform. She walked to the hospital. The hospital was St. Margaret's. It was a big hospital. Many sick people came there. Arabella loved her work very much. She helped people every day. She held the cold hands. She gave them their medicine. She spoke to them kindly. She always had a smile, even on very hard days. The other nurses liked her. The doctors respected her too. She was calm and kind. She never got angry once. Every patient felt safe with her. She made the pain smaller. She made the fear go. One cold Monday morning came. Arabella put on her uniform. She drank her morning tea. She walked to work early. The sky was gray and cold. She entered the hospital doors. The head nurse stopped her. Room 7 has a new patient. He came in last night. Please go and check him. Arabella nodded and walked there. She did not know yet. That day would change everything. She knocked on the door. His name was Henry. Henry was 30 years old. He was a tall man. He had dark and thick hair. His eyes were cold gray. He was a rich businessman. He worked in a big office. He had a fast car. He had a large flat. His flat was near the Thames. He worked from morning to night. He had no time for rest. He had no time for people. He lived alone in his flat. He ate alone every night. He spoke to no one. Only work, only money, only stress. But last Sunday something happened. He was driving to work. The road was wet and slippery. Another car hit him hard. His car stopped on the road. His left leg was broken. His head had a bad cut. He was in a lot of pain. The ambulance came very fast. They brought him to St. Margaret's. They put him in room 7. Henry did not want to be there. He looked at the white ceiling. His face was cold and closed. He did not speak to anyone. The nurses tried to help him. He turned his face away. He said only one thing. I want to go home. But the doctor said no. Your leg needs 2 weeks. You must stay here now. Henry was very angry inside. He closed his cold eyes. Arabella opened the door softly. She walked into room 7. She carried a small tray. On the tray was medicine. Also 1 glass of water. She looked at the man. He was looking at the ceiling. He did not look at her. She walked closer to his bed. She put the tray down. She smiled at him warmly. Good morning. My name is Arabella. I will be your nurse. How are you feeling today? Henry looked at her slowly. He said nothing for a moment. Her voice was very soft. Her eyes were warm and kind. Henry felt something inside him. Something strange and very new. He did not understand it. I feel very bad, he said. His voice was low and tired. That is normal, she said. You had a big accident. But you are safe now. I will take care of you. Henry looked away from her. But his heart beat faster. He did not understand why. Arabella checked his leg carefully. She gave him his medicine. She wrote in her small notebook. Please drink all the water. It will help your body. She picked up the tray. She walked towards the door. Henry watched her walk away. He looked at the ceiling again. Something had quietly just begun. Days passed slowly in the hospital. But Arabella came every morning. She always came at 8. She checked his leg every day. She gave him his medicine always. She asked him small simple questions. Did you sleep well last night? Do you like tea or coffee? Do you have any family here? At first Henry said very little. 1 word. Sometimes 2 words. Sometimes he said nothing at all. But Arabella was never angry. She was always very calm. She always had her warm smile. On the 3rd day she asked, Is there anything you need? Henry looked at the window. I need to go back to work. Your body needs rest first, she said. Work can wait for now. Henry looked at her with surprise. No one had said that to him. Everyone always agreed with him. But she did not agree. She spoke with a calm voice. Not afraid. Not rude. Just honest. On the fourth day Henry spoke more. Why do you always smile? Arabella looked at him warmly. Because my patients need it. A smile costs me nothing. But it gives them something big. Henry stared at her face. Then something small happened slowly. The corner of his mouth moved. Just a tiny little movement. Just for one small second. Almost like a real smile. Arabella saw it and felt warm. 1 week passed in the hospital. Henry's body was getting better slowly. His leg still hurt a little. But his face had changed a little. He was not so cold now. He looked at the window sometimes. He asked Arabella small questions too. What time do you finish today? How long have you been a nurse? Do you like working here? Arabella always answered with a smile. I finish at 7 tonight. I have been a nurse 4 years. Yes, I love my work. Henry listened to every word. He did not know why. But her voice made him calm. Like rain on a hot day. Like tea on a cold morning. On the 7th night a storm came. Big rain fell on the windows. Thunder shook the whole dark sky. The hospital became very quiet. All the visitors had gone home. Arabella was working late that night. She walked past room 7. She saw the light was on. She knocked on the door softly. Henry, are you okay in there? Come in, his voice said. She opened the door and entered. Henry was sitting up in bed. He was looking at the rain. His face was not cold tonight. Tonight his face looked very sad. Very quiet. Very alone. Can you sit for a moment? His voice was low and soft. Arabella sat on the chair beside him. The room was very still and quiet. Outside the rain kept falling hard. Inside the room was very still. Henry looked at the dark window. I never talk to anyone, he said. Not like this. Not truly. I only talk about work always. I have no real friends now. I have no one at home. Arabella listened without saying a word. She did not interrupt him once. Henry kept talking in a low voice. He talked about his lonely life. He worked from morning to night always. He came home to an empty flat. He ate alone and slept alone. His mother lived far away in Scotland. He called her only once a month. He had forgotten how to rest. He had forgotten how to feel. He had forgotten how to live. When he stopped talking the room was quiet. Only the rain made a soft sound. Henry looked at Arabella slowly. She was looking at him with kind eyes. Not sad eyes. Not sorry eyes. Just warm and real and human eyes. Thank you for listening, he said. You are the first person in years. It was the first time. He used her name that night. Thank you, Arabella, he said again. Arabella felt something warm in her chest. She stood up from her chair. Try to sleep now, she said softly. Tomorrow will be a better day. She walked to the door quietly. Henry watched her go slowly. He felt something he had not felt before. He felt less alone tonight. He closed his eyes and slept well. 2 weeks passed in the hospital. The doctor checked Henry's leg carefully. It is much better now, he said. You can go home tomorrow. Henry sat alone in room 7. He looked at the door. He waited for Arabella to come. She came at 8 as always. She walked in with her notebook. She checked his leg one last time. She wrote something in the notebook. She did not look up at him. Everything looks very good now, Henry. You can go home today. Your leg will heal fully soon. Henry looked at her quietly. He did not feel happy today. He felt something heavy inside him. He did not want to leave. Will I see you again? He asked. Arabella stopped writing in her notebook. She looked up at him slowly. Brown eyes looked at gray eyes. The room was very quiet now. I am only your nurse, she said. You are well now. That is my job. Henry was quiet for a moment. Then he opened the small drawer. He took out a white card. He had written on it last night. He held the card out to her. On the card was his phone number. And 4 small words below it. Have dinner with me. Arabella looked at the card. She did not move her hands. Her heart was beating very fast. No patient had ever done this before. She looked at the card again. Then she looked at Henry's face. His gray eyes were soft now. Not cold, not closed, just open, just honest, just real, just him. Slowly she took the white card. She put it in her pocket. She picked up her small notebook. She walked towards the door slowly. Henry watched her and said nothing. His heart was beating fast too. Then at the door she stopped. She turned and looked at him. She smiled. A true warm smile. Not a nurse smile. A real one. The kind that reaches the eyes. I finish my work at 7, she said. And she walked out of the room. Henry sat back in his bed. For the first time in many years. He laughed. A real happy laugh. He looked up at the white ceiling. The same ceiling he had hated. Now he smiled at that ceiling. That evening Arabella met him outside. They went to a small restaurant. The restaurant was near the hospital. They sat at a table by the window. They talked for more than 3 hours. They talked about life and work. About family and dreams and food. They laughed many times that night. They ordered dessert not once but twice. Henry could not stop smiling that night. Arabella could not stop smiling either. 6 months later they stood together. They stood on London Bridge at night. The lights of London were golden and bright. The River Thames was dark and beautiful below. Henry held both of her hands. He looked into her warm brown eyes. You came to heal my body, he said. But you did something much bigger. You healed my heart too, Arabella. You made me feel alive again. You made me feel like a person. Not just a businessman. A real person. Will you stay with me forever? Will you be my wife, Arabella? Arabella looked at this man. The man who once said nothing. The man who never smiled before. The man whose cold gray eyes were now full and warm and alive. Full of love. All for her. She felt tears in her eyes. Good tears. Happy tears. Real tears. Yes, she said. Forever. Always. And she meant every single word. Henry put a ring on her finger. He held her close to him. The lights of London shone around them. The river moved quietly far below. And Arabella stayed with Henry always. She had come to heal him. He had made her stay forever.